Arthritis is a disease that affects many young people. In fact, it can strike children as early as their toddler years. Meet 3-year-old Sophia Rothman and see what she's had to deal with at such a young age.
Can you put it on? Oh, she wants it.
If they gave out a Biggest Charmer Award at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 3-year-old Sophia Rothman would have to be a contender. There's her smile, her giggles, and the gifts she brings to doctors and nurses in charge of her care.
Oh my gosh!
I rock. Do I?
You rock. Of course you rock.
Sophia is almost always cheerful, even though she has to.
Take yucky medicine.
Well, what happened if you didn't have your medicine, Sophia?
The boo-boos will come back.
There are boo-boos in your body?
Arthritis.
Arthritis, yeah.
Sophia was diagnosed with arthritis at 2, juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. Dr. Diane Brown heads the hospital rheumatology department.
I take care of children with autoimmune diseases where their immune system has gone wrong, and instead of being content with fighting off bacteria and viruses, it starts attacking them.
What was it hard to do? Walk. It was hard to walk.
Yeah, it was hard to walk.
Treatment for Sophia includes a once-a-month infusion of Remicade. Drugs in this class work by blocking the body's ability to create inflammation. The price tag for drugs like this, roughly $30,000 a year.
They are incredibly expensive. They're also incredibly effective. They make the difference between going on to have a normal life or being crippled by your disease because it's inadequately treated.
Almost done. Almost done.
Treatment isn't always fun, and there are risks. With a dampened immune system, infection and cancer risk can go up. But without this treatment, Sophia would likely be blind. Her arthritis had also attacked her eyes, and she'd be confined to a wheelchair.
We can prevent most of that for most kids these days. Up and down, in and out. This is not the tickling. Stick them up. Stick them back. Stick them out.
Right now, we're happy to say that she's in what they call medicated remission. So it means that she's symptom-free as long as she stays on her current levels of medication.
All right, all clear. Here we go.
Doctors and nurses say it's patients like Sophia that make their jobs worthwhile.
Seeing them get better and knowing that we made the difference, that's the best thing. But a little, you know, when they invite you to tickle their toes, that's a pretty close second.
That face, she is absolutely adorable. And joining us now in studio, Sophia's parents, Mom and Dad, Joel Rothman and Laura Schultz. You must love seeing the giggles there compared to the tears when she's getting the medication. Mom?
Absolutely.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. How long has she been on that, as she says, yucky medicine?
A little over a year. It was a year ago July that she was diagnosed.
And Dad, when did you notice that there was a problem?
It was around last June. She began getting a swollen knee, and it just kept getting more and more swollen to the point where she was unable to walk.
Well, that's a pretty big sign. You know, I was doing some research on this, and I have to admit, I didn't think a child that young could get arthritis, and I looked at one of the websites and said, the headline was, "Isn't that only an old person's disease?" Mom, people don't think of a 3-year-old with arthritis.
No, they don't. And I think the confusion comes from the fact that there are 2 forms of arthritis, osteoarthritis and rheumatoid. And osteo is degenerative, and that's what you get through old age or overuse of a joint, like an athlete might get it in a
rheumatoid is the children.
Rheumatoid is an autoimmune disease, and it is the body's immune system being overactive and attacking the body.
Possibly genetic, because you have some issues with your family.
Yes, I have a sister with MS, and my father has colitis, and so I clearly have the autoimmune gene in the family.
Okay. Now, Dad, you made this decision to take this aggressive medication. It's called Remicade. Why did you make that decision?
Well, we were told by our doctors, and we researched it on our own as well, that medication is really miraculous, and it has meant the difference between her, as they said in the piece, being blind and ending up in a wheelchair, or going on to lead a relatively normal life.
But there are some risks with that, some serious risks. One of them is cancer. How concerned were you about that?
We certainly didn't take the decision lightly, but the cancer risk is very slim, and the risk of her going blind and ending up in pain, crippled, and who knows what else was near certain. So when you weigh it like that, we felt that we could not give in to our fear, that we really needed to do what was best for our child, and we're absolutely confident that we've made the right decision.
And I want you to tell our viewers what you were telling me earlier about what you saw in some of the camp pictures from today and, say, years ago. There's a difference with the children.
Oh, it's very dramatic. If you look at pictures 20 years ago, before these biologic medications have come on the market, many of these kids, almost all of them, are sitting in wheelchairs. You look at the pictures from a few years ago to today, and it's a normal looking bunch of kids.
Okay, and a last question, Mom. Will this be forever for Sophia?
There's no way to know. There's a chance that she could outgrow it. If so, probably during puberty. Hormones seem to switch that autoimmune switch on and off, but it could be forever.
Well, we'll say our prayers for you. How about that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joel and Laura. And we want to point out, by coincidence, it is World Arthritis Day tomorrow, so bringing attention for everybody. Thank you so much.